Hello, everybody. It is I, the Orion Strider.
And me, Basco Prola.
Yeah, we're doing a stream today with this cool friend of ours, the Orion Strider.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
Sounds fake.
Yeah, sounds fake. Sounds fake and perhaps a little homosexual.
Extremely gay.
Yeah. I mean, look at those hips.
Yeah, honestly. What were they thinking?
Yeah, so to give context to why this stream exists, I have like this little challenge in mind, I guess, where I'm trying to draw every day for 100 days to see if I improve at all, and hopefully I do.
It would be a feat if you did not. It would be, you'd have to like try not to.
Listen, it's possible. It's possible
I'm
knowing
listening.
myself. It's possible knowing myself. That being said, I figure that like some days I could probably stream it because why not, right? Just hang out with people and do some doodling. So.
Yeah.
Today I'm drawing D&D characters because those are the ones that I know the most, at least within my mind, with what they wear and how they would function.
And how are you choosing which D&D character to draw?
Well, you see, it is on this beautiful wheel called the Wheel of Names. Wow!
The Wheel of Torture.
The Wheel of Torture, yeah. So I have several different D&D characters in this, as you can see. We have Aimer, Hyza, Leslin, Pool, Cherry Poon Von Mossbone IV, Little Hands, Adara, and Small.
It is still funny to me how you always insist on saying Jerry's entire name.
I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't say Cherry Poon Von Mossbone IV's full name. It's a beautiful name. Also because like she's like the only D&D character I really have that has a last name, other than like Leslin, and Adara. Adara has a last name. And
Last
Aimer.
names are like parents. D&D characters don't need them.
Yeah. So all my different D&D characters that I've actually played in games with the Orion Strider. Either ran or I didn't run in any of these. I played in all the games you ran.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of these are characters I've hosted for, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could add Fenrir if we want to get twinky with it. Even more so
I'm
than
twink enough.
Even more so than Little Hands and Small, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, let's fucking spin this wheel and find out who you're drawing. I'm also working on things.
Sure.
So I might also be a little like out of it slightly.
Ah, I thought it was gonna be Sherry. It's like, holy shit! No,
Little Hands sneaks in.
Little Hands, let's go. Okay, I need to find the reference for Little Hands then, so I can look at something.
Do you want to explain who Little Hands is, or should I?
I will explain. Actually, no, you explain while I find a reference.
Yeah. So Little Hands is a little fey trickster boy. Well, he's a man, but he's a fey, so you know, elves in their eternal youth and whatnot. Yeah. He is he's a fairy, right?
Yeah, he's a fairy.
Yeah, so he gets to have like a fly speed and stuff, and we were kind of tossing around ideas for his initial conception, and landed on the idea of like, what if, because Fae tend to be kind of like animalistic, what if his animal was raccoon? And so he became a quick-handed little thief who is just an absolute trash panda, and he has a fat ass. And those are the two things you need to know about him. He also has a collection of various cheese knives that he has stolen from the various nobles whose homes he's broken into.
I have found the picture of Little Hands that the Love Break Dive has made.
All right.
I'm going to send it into a Discord so I can see so I can see it on the second monitor.
Yeah, do it up. Is this an image you're allowed to share?
Yeah, like it's just him in clothes with a cheese knife.
With a cheese knife. That's important.
Yeah, of course, with a cheese.
He has a different cheese knife for every job.
It's like a calling card, but like a reverse calling card in the fact that he just takes all your cheese knives.
Yeah. Little Hands was good. That campaign was not fun to prep or host, but was fun like in the moment.
Yeah.
And I would do a much better job if I tried hosting it now, but I wouldn't.
I mean, I think Little Hands, much like Heiza or like Ina, I would probably see if I can just like reuse them in a different campaign at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always the Fae are kind of like my thing as far as campaigns go. They're
I
always
couldn't
there.
tell. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's funny because Fae are not big into Ronin, so if we get that game going again with Timora and them, you guys probably you guys normally would not see any Fae, because of some lore that's going on there, but. Because the game was specifically requested to be about Fae, the one game that I wasn't going to have any Fae in is now also going to be featuring Fae.
It is what it is.
I just like Fae. I like enforcing weird rules on my players.
Yeah. Okay, I got Little Hands. It's a single picture of Little Hands, and it's them with a huge ass tail. Also, important note: when Little Hands flew, they just waved their tail really quickly, like in Mario.
Yeah, some real Mario 3 shit.
Yeah, or like Tails from Sonic. I'm trying to think of how to go about drawing. Sorry, so like some background from my drawing ability. I'm very new to drawing, I would say. Like I've done it like off and on again, like throughout the years, but like I'm definitely not like, this is not my main hobby. I have a Wacom tablet because I was playing Osu, and I just happen to have a free trial for Clip Studio, so
yeah,
take that as you will, right? Man, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna try to like replicate the pose, I think. More or less.
Yeah, if you want to drawing from reference is a really good way to learn. So
yeah, so I'm gonna do like a really rough sketch of like, it's gonna be like a stick figure, and I don't know if that's like kosher. I guess I don't know.
So I've seen a lot of people because I recently picked up pixel art, so I've been looking at a lot of tutorials for that. Almost everyone who does it professionally that I've seen on YouTube and like various tutorials, blocks out the body. Like they'll draw like a block for the upper and then one for the waist, so that you kind of get like the idea of where your body's gonna be, and then they do sticks with little circles on the end for the arms and legs. So like it's important to know like where your stuff is gonna be. So just about everyone I've seen does it like that.
I'm gonna redo this. I should make it a little bit bigger. So, whop, that's a little too big. Whop, okay, that's fine.
You can adjust the canvas as you go.
Yeah. So, kind of like that. They're kind of like leaning slightly. They're doing like a fencing pose, but with like with a cheese knife.
Yeah.
Shoulder. Then they have a leg going out like this.
Huge leg. Big step.
Like that. tail. Well, it's more like
Tail's probably your last.
yeah, but I still just want to have like a rough area for it. So
Yeah,
then
you can
this,
really tack the tail on at the end.
this, and then hand. This. The proportions are super off, but like, you know what? We'll work with it.
Yeah.
Hand. Knife. Art. I'm doing art.
All right, picture done. Moving
Yeah.
on to the next one.
Yeah, time to go to the different character.
My commissions are open.
Yeah, my commissions are open. I charge $50 per minute drawn.
Which means I can complete several pictures for you for $50.
Yes.
Man.
All right. I don't like, man. I really don't know what I'm doing.
It would be so. I mean, just honestly, you should probably just start sketch. If you're sketching from reference, you should just start sketching.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it's not gonna get any easier the more you think about it.
Yeah.
Right now, I am trying to figure out how to remap buttons in Godot.
Just simply make a button.
Well, so that's the problem. Is it's a 2D platformer, so I'm trying to move left, right to A and D, and I just realized I don't know how to do that. I don't know what like if I just replace. Like, left arrow key is not called left arrow key, it's called UI_left. So would it be UI_A? Or would it be like keyboard A? You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to figure out where that is in the documentation. Which I think I can do.
I'm actually gonna get rid of this rough sketch. This is gonna be like.
Yeah, no, literally just start sketching. Probably start with the head.
That's what I'm doing. I just after that.
I need to get some music. Let's see what my video game playlist has in store. It is in fact Shadowbringers.
What song?
Shadowbringers.
Oh, like the song Shadowbringers?
Yeah. There is a girl singing sensually into my ear.
Is
Not
a
really
girl?
into it.
I don't. There's not a girl singing in Shadowbringers.
There is.
Oh, wait, no.
Exclusively a woman singing.
Yeah. Okay, I know the song you're talking about. It's like the opera singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're
Aria.
talking about. Yeah.
Not really into it. Let's go to Dragon's Dogma instead.
Bro, how the hell do people draw?
You just get used to it eventually. You and I write, so we already know that that's how it works.
Yeah.
'Cause you just do it and you suck at it for a really long time.
But you see, I'm impatient. I want to be good now. Have you considered that? Have you considered that?
Dude, like I said, I'm learning pixel art. I've been doing it since the beginning of December, so a little over 2 months. And I desperately want to be good at it already. Like I keep looking at these pictures and trying to draw character sprites and various art, and I'm just like backgrounds, and I'm like, okay, but can I be done yet? Like, can I just be done with it? Can I draw it out? No, I have to draw the whole thing and then color and then shade and then fucking draw the next frame. This is bullshit. Art is a scam. Like, yo, why does Shadowbringers sound almost exactly like the Home Depot theme?
Yeah, the
What is happening?
dun 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 dun.
It's like I'm just expecting the.
Have you have you seen the Home Depot Final Fantasy intro?
There has to be a mashup, right? Like,
So there's a video of like a drone flying through Home Depot.
yeah,
Oh shit, Timora's in the chat.
yeah. Timora's hanging. What is up?
It's the fucking video. It's the video I was talking about.
She had that so fast.
Like at the hip.
Light party.
Hang on, I'm
Yeah, you never want to bring too many people to Home Depot. Florida Home Depot. The fucking American flags outside. I can no longer see American flags anywhere and not like especially in like private businesses and stuff and not just immediately think it's cringy.
Oh yeah.
This is amazing.
This is.
Well, you can tell it's not Florida because people here are wearing masks.
Yeah. Also, they're wearing jackets.
Yeah.
They're wearing jackets. There's one version of it I saw where they're it's the twinning, I think it's called, music, which is like the backstory of how like the Crystal Tower got to the first and Shadowbringers and stuff like that.
I don't know literally any of the lore or whatever behind what you're saying, so
Oh.
it'll have to be like a quick and dirty explanation.
Big magic tower crosses dimensions.
Yeah, okay, pretty normal.
Yeah, through time magic.
Yeah. I still remember when the revelation, spoilers, I guess, that like the main character in Final Fantasy XIV was whatever term they have for you're basically brainwashed by a god.
Tempered, yeah.
Yeah, there was a big story revelation that the main character is tempered, and when everyone was freaking out about that, I think Timora specifically, like we were hanging on the couch or something, she started freaking out, and I just looked at her and was like, "Yeah, no shit." Like, did everyone not immediately recognize that was what they start the game by having you have like dreams and visions and voices speaking to you from afar and like psychic revelations and stuff, and then like they introduce the fact that gods are like tempering people, and your first thought wasn't, "Oh, which god is tempering me?" Like, yeah, dog, like and points to them for good theming, because like I figured out what they were doing right away, and that's usually a good thing. But it was still very funny just seeing people like freak out about the revelation, and I'm like, wait guys, this is the intro. How many characters have you made?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense because, in my opinion, because like Heidelin was around before Primals. But
Right.
yeah, it basically is MX Self being like, yeah, have you considered where Heidelin comes from? And everyone's like, they're a god. They're like, no, they're the elder primal. They are the first primal.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the difference between a god and a primal, gang? Like, what? Yeah. All right, what is this video?
This is not what I was talking about, Timora, but this is also a great video. It's the exact same video as like the Home Depot, but with this song.
Oh, this is great. Oh yeah, handing out buffs. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't like this game, but I do like some of the memes the community puts out.
I think that's a skill issue. Oh, that's so I should have put on the. that is so much.
Yeah, there we go.
That is so much should have put on the list. Swear Bar Broswin, my warrior of light.
Yeah. Your new fave meme just dropped. What is it? Tell us. Alright, let's see.
Oh gosh.
Timur, I think you managed to find the one man who doesn't look like Jerma.
I'm not showing this on stream, fuck you. Okay.
Here, I'll just do a dramatic reading of it.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know what this character's voice is, but he looks exactly like Alucard, so...
Imagine a British person.
In the pandemonium, straight up joking it. And by it, haha, well, let's just say, my Pinax.
That's kind of what I'm going for. There we go. It's hard drawing ears. I'm realizing now that like little hands might be kind of a difficult because of the animalistic parts of little hands.
Nah, you just draw those on top. You draw those last.
Well, I'm
get your basic shapes down first.
I'm drawing the ears now.
Don't draw the ears yet.
It's too late. The ears are already on.
You don't know where the hair's going either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm like shit at drawing hair, so this might be like good practice for like hair.
I just figured it out. Like literally yesterday, figured out how hair works. And not like overall I can draw any hair, but like where it sits on the head and the brow and like how it kind of extends the length of the head, like the height. I finally figured it out after practicing like over and over again. Like, oh, this is what it's supposed to look like before I add hair, and this is what it's supposed to look like after I add hair. Like I finally got it.
I'm actually gonna get rid of the ears now so I can do the hair.
Yeah, get rid of because just draw them on top of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like the hair is kind of like there is mass on top of the head. I know that, but it's like
draw the face first.
Should I?
Yeah, because the hair goes over things like eyes and eyebrows.
Okay.
So you're gonna draw the face first, and it's gonna look weird because it's gonna look bald, and then it won't look weird. It's like a Bob Ross painting. It'll come together at the end.
I feel like I'm doing the bad habit of zooming way too far in, but you know what? We're working with it.
Hey, whatever stops you from pressing your face up against the screen. If you press your computer face up against a computer screen, does it do like the buzzy music like from that one video?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Art
you
is
just slide your face
everything...
along it and it changes the pitch.
Art is drawing everything and then being forced to erase it with other stuff. Okay. Fair enough, I guess.
For example, if you start drawing if you start using your different layers, like the plus on the face, if you make that a different layer, then you can quickly erase it later without fucking up anything else.
Yeah. I already did that. BB.
Hell yeah, you got it. Yeah, just it's all about your basic shapes, far as I can tell.
Is that the fucking frog? It's almost like I just saw. Hang on.
Cook redeems?
Hang on, I'm gonna lower myself just a smidge so I can see what the chat's saying.
Yeah, the little ear fins. Oh man, if you could fit the chat so that the fins like frame it, that'd be so good.
I need to do cool redeem. I have 10k. Why? How do you have 10k points? Okay, I'll try to think of cooler.
Hey Bosco, I have 26k points.
Jesus Christ, how many times do you guys just like lurk in my streams?
I lurk in your streams a lot.
Get a life, nerds.
I'm supporting my friend.
Okay. That's it. That's kind of an eye shape. All the time for you. That's kind of an eye shape, I think. You can probably like, and that's like their eyelash, because he has very feminine eyelashes.
Yeah, he's got some real femboy energy.
He is explicitly a femboy.
Yeah. When you make a lot of boy characters, sometimes you want some of them to look like girls, and that's fine.
I'm trying to think of like how do I put the nose?
The nose I have found is best done through shading. So like, use a very light touch here. A super simple shape would do it just fine.
Also, I'm trying to figure out like how should I draw this eye because it's all fucked up since it's like perspective.
No, yeah, it's gonna do that. It's all the eye that's away from the viewer will be a lot smaller, and it'll look weird until you color them, and you're like, oh, that's right.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
like,
it hits that point.
Like when I'm doing the pixel thing, the audience facing eye is usually like 3x3, and the other one is 2x3.
Okay. I may have made like
Good
the
enough.
dip here too deep. We'll probably just adjust that now. Honestly, I don't have to if it's too deep. No, that's way too big.
Keep looking at your ref, yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Emo hair solves second eye syndrome, says Frog. You're so fucking smart.
He almost has second like emo hair, almost. Also, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's one reason why I should just draw a Zaku. I don't have to wear it with the other eye.
Yeah, your next character is a Warforged with one eye. They just have the like Zaku.
Yeah.
Almost want to say like headlamp, but you know what I mean.
The mono eye, yeah.
Yeah.
That will have to do for now, honestly. That's actually not that bad looking, I think. All things considered, considering like the fucked up eye from perspective. Then the nose kind of starts in the center-ish. He has like kind of has like a button nose a bit. He doesn't have like a super pronounced nose. That's kind of it, I think.
Yeah, and you can fix things as you go too.
Yeah, I might.
What is wrong with my phone? What's happening?
I'm going to. Hang on, is that?
Whatever.
I don't know where the smudge came from, and I'm wondering where it's from.
What smudge?
I don't know if this is. Hang on. No, it is. Yeah,
Oh.
like right there in the center of the nose. Like I don't know where that's from. I definitely did not.
Was that from you lightly pressing?
That might have been from me lightly pressing. I need to like clean my monitors. They're a little
Yeah.
grungy from moving.
That'll happen.
There we go. I'm gonna actually bring the nose just a little further down. There we go. Actually, that's not that bad. I'm not going to cry about this, I think.
I'm a grown man. I pay bills, and when I drop my favorite bag of chips on the ground, I don't cry about it.
Not yet, at least.
It's one of my favorite fucking vines of all time.
Okay, now for the hair, which is going to be a challenge, I think.
I did just think of a very funny a channel point redeem that you set up when you were gaming.
What's up?
Which is that you have to, without pausing the game, draw a stick figure as fast as possible. like 1,000 points, you know. So it's a hefty chunk, but just hey, go. So when someone just pops it in the middle of a boss fight, you're like, ah.
I'll consider it.
Yeah, that would be definitely something where you could do it with a mouse, but it would also be very funny if you did it with your tablet. You just like have it off to the side.
I mean, I haven't unplugged my tablet.
So yeah, do that. That'll be a good one. I'll you know what? I'll write a list down.
Okay. Fucking hair. Hair. How do I do hair? What's the point of VR game? Oh no.
What if oh dude, then I don't know if you can do this like you can on the Index, but if you have a way to get to your desktop view, you have to navigate to desktop, pop open the desktop, and paint it super fast. Using your fucking VR controllers. Swish hand and cry equals hair, says Timora.
Pompadour. Let's give little hands a pompadour. There you go. Fucking JoJo level pompadour here.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so from what I do know of like drawing,
Shit looks like a yam.
She looks like a loaf of bread on your head.
Butter dog.
Butter dog with the butter on him. I'm gonna put butter on Goblin. Yeah. All right. From what I remember of drawing hair before, there is like mass, like it does like puff up. But it also does kind of like meet at a certain point at the top of the head. So I'm gonna make this a separate layer.
Well, do just keep looking at your ref and try and form that into shapes in your head.
Well, the issue is that the hair is really detailed. And I usually draw like
look at your big outlines then, yeah.
I usually draw like hair like fucking Lego hair, right? Where it's just like it's like I like to like do it on little hands. I would just do this and then have hair, right? It's like just fucking like no detail, like it's just a blob. Kind of like
yeah. There's nothing wrong with drawing it out as basic shapes and then filling in details later. But I think the hair might just generally come together well if you do the outline and keep it kind of sketchy, and then you can sort of like fill in the details as you go.
Yeah.
I know very little about what I'm talking about, except that I have watched so many artists like during like streaming their drawing process and stuff. So like generally speaking, this is how I see them do it, but yeah.
We're erasing the top of the head because it feels really flat. That's better.
Oh yeah, it's a lot better.
It doesn't look like
Well, it's not gonna matter because you're gonna cover it with hair.
Yeah, but I think having a proper head shape helps with making the hair look better.
Yeah, sure. Do definitely start a new layer for the hair.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going to kind of make this like a guide layer for me to draw like the blob. I'm losing my mind a little bit because Basco needs to mess around with their pen pressure some more. I have to calculate how to do that. Okay.
Yeah, being able to control your pressure so that you can sketch lighter is really good. To the point where whenever Timora's tablet would stop letting her do it, she would freak out and reset everything.
smiling emoji.
Timora says smiles, smiling, it's like blushing, etc. so often. It's so funny.
Oh, hang on.
Just
I'm
fully reverted to an RPer.
going to actually draw the eye and then draw the mask and then use the mask as a reference for like the rest of the head.
Go for it. Yeah, speaking of RP, when are you going to respond to any of ours? Oh, have you actually? That's really fun. That was a joke, by the way. All of ours are like 5 years old. Yeah, just go ahead and reply to every single one, and we'll just have like 7 ongoing at the same time. Rapidly, just style switching between Kali and Eleonora and Lo.
Oh no, this eye is gonna be so fucking jank, man. It's gonna be so fucking bad.
Everything's gonna be janky until it's done. It's fine.
It's gonna have to do this.
Timora says, also, Basco, you have CSP. You can use 3D models for reference.
I can. I am currently using a pre-drawn picture of this character as reference. Man, that eye is so fucked up, man.
So on your background eye, given where the character's looking, you're not going to see white on both sides. You're only going to see white on the side that's closer to the audience.
Okay.
And the pupil will take up the rest. Do you have a hotkey, maybe?
No, I do not have a hotkey. That's super weird. Okay. I did not press anything. I just fucking muted everything. That was weird.
Too hot for Twitch, I guess.
Too hot for Twitch, yeah. I don't know. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
That's like cranked my head to kind of line up. Sure, that will work.
Yeah, do it up.
Oh shit, okay. That doesn't look horrible now. Ish. Ugh. It's the ugly phase. Every part of this is the ugly phase.
Yep, it's like you're still developing your skills and the drawing isn't done yet. So don't, it's gonna look rough right now, but you're all good.
I want it to look good. I want it to look good now. I'll make like cleaner lines and stuff like that when I'm actually like wanting to finish that part, I guess, of the drawing. Okay, that the mask doesn't look bad. I feel like Frog is going to roast me super hard Because they left a message with a comma. And I can just see the roast coming like a meteorite.
Okay,
Also, the mouth looks bad. I'm gonna redo the mouth.
That's a terrifying thing to see.
Around 12? Okay. Get rid of that. 12. Okay, it's at 12. Let's see like how else that. I don't really feel a difference. I mean, I guess things look smoother. Smoother lines. I'm just gonna be. Yeah, let me crank it. Let me crank it to 100. Oh boy, that feels bad.
Does it like put weight on it or something?
Yeah, no, it does. It's like it feels like I'm like dragging it through like dirt. You should have it at 20.
It like solidifies it, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do like 13. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, the chin's huge. This is just gonna be me like critiquing my own drawing through like for like an hour or two.
Congratulations, you're an artist.
Yeah, it's just
that's what being an artist is.
It's like me writing. I critique my own writing before anyone else gets a chance to read it.
I definitely thought about, writing streams might be fun to do, and then I had the thought of trying to type any words in a document while people are watching, and was like, nope.
Actually, okay.
That's just how it is, man.
That looks like a head. That looks like a better head. That actually does look like that's a fucking head shape, baby. Look at that shit. That's a fucking head shape at an angle. Hell yeah.
It is.
And it doesn't look
writing
bad.
stream would be fun. No, it wouldn't.
I've considered doing writing streams. I'll do a writing stream with you, Orion. Does that make it? Yeah, we'll do it together.
No.
We'll hold hands.
I can't. I don't want to try and type with one hand.
I'll hold something else then.
Bro, literally sit there, mic off, listen to music. Man, it's been a while since I mic'd off, you guys. You ever just sit there and mic off on stream?
All right, now for the dreaded hair. So, holy shit, I'm gonna just bask in myself real quick. That doesn't look like a shit head shape. That actually looks like a decent head shape.
But yeah, let's just say my peanuts.
Let's just say it's my peanuts.
Straight micing it.
For word processor, when you can open it in a stream and it will project it blurred to chat. Interesting. Is that just like prevent spoilers or something, or?
Yeah, use it unblur it as you go. That's the thing too. I would have to probably do like no mic listening to music if I wanted to write, because if I'm not in the mood for writing and I write anyway, it comes out very clinical. And then I go back and I fix it later and inject some like feeling and emotion into it.
Okay. I'm going to draw the side big, I guess. And the top of the hair is gonna fuck me up probably pretty hard.
The top is where you start. You want to, well, actually, you can start at the bottom too on the head, but like the top is part of the outline, so it's actually easy.
I don't believe.
I would not hate doing a pixel art stream, especially if I was doing like pixel dailies or something for a study. So I'm probably gonna start doing that maybe. But yeah, I did think it would be really fun to stream trying to make little games as quickly as possible, and that would just involve using like free assets,
like a game sprint.
Yeah, where it's just like, all right, chat, how fast can we make a game? And I just like mash out code and stuff like that. But I'm not familiar enough with code yet to do that. I still have to look up a lot of stuff, like what I'm doing right now.
Keyword, of course, being get.
I can't even read half the shit. Commission me to do a pixel thing for you? I'm very bad at it, but I guess probably be faster than getting me to write something.
No comment.
Yeah, what's the... Yeah, our buddy Darcy commissioned me at one point. He donated to me because I needed money for an emergency, and was like, by the way, 6 months later, was like, hey, I finally have an idea for that the commission you said you wanted to turn that donation into. And then 6 months later again, I finally got it to him. So it took a calendar year. What kind of thing would you want to be pixeled? A blobby little frog? I could absolutely do that. There are so many little frogs I can base it off of, like the Frog Fact Friday frog.
You know, this hair is gonna be pretty bad. I'll do it like while I'm doing the more solid like line work. A bit better, I think. Hopefully.
I mean, yeah, everything's gonna look bad at first. The important part is grinding out that EXP. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like in RuneScape.
Yeah, you just gotta draw. It is unfortunately similar to RuneScape. You really do just have to draw 10,000 times and then you're good at it. Like,
I mean, you gotta write 10,000 stories to be good.
I was about to say write 10,000 words, but I did do that all in one sitting once. So.
I did that too. Remember, like, I think the most I've ever written within like a single manic episode, I would say, was like 25,000, and I did that within like a weekend.
When you first moved, right?
I did that when I was watching my dogs when I was in South Carolina still. Like mom's go and dad's go like, hey, can you watch the dogs when we go to a wedding? And I'm like, yeah, I can come by and watch the pups. And I wrote 25,000 words in basically a single manic episode.
Yeah. Sometimes you get inspiration from weird places, man.
My dogs. Good enough. Good enough. This is hair. Kind of.
It is hair.
Kind of. It's hair, kind of.
Now erase that top of the head.
Yeah.
You no longer need it. A blobby little frog.
A frog. I experienced swamp smell for the first time last.
Sorry, you experienced what?
Swamp smell. I live in a swamp right now.
Oh yeah.
Like an actual swamp. Yeah. There you go. Like I thought there was like sewage or something like backing up like in like nearby. I was just like, what the fuck is that smell? It was the swamp.
Yep.
It was swamp smell.
It do be like that sometimes.
The ears are like surprisingly easy. It feels. I can have a little tufts right there. Should probably try to draw like the outline too, because there is an outline.
I'm starting to realize that because I did a bunch of work on this thing as part of a tutorial, there's a bunch of weird, fucked up like code and stuff in this game. So I might just need to restart.
Sometimes life just be like, I've had to restart the book I'm writing like 3 times total, as in like me being like, I can't keep writing this the way it is, and having to basically completely rework it.
Yeah.
And it's like painful kind of like every time, you know?
Yeah. Like, okay. Here's the weirdness that's going on. And I think I remember which tutorial told me to do the movement like this. The way that my left and right movement, because it's a 2D platformer, goes is not if input equals right, move right, or whatever, because it's never that simple. However, this is definitely too complex. It's an input get axis, which means going from one or the other. And then if that creates a variable called direction. If direction is equal to -1, which is to say I'm heading to the left, then flip sprite equals true, essentially, so that I run the other way, like my animated sprite moves the other way. And then flip equals false if direction equals 1. So, like, you can't just... It's funny how often you have to repeat shit, or it just doesn't work. These ears are coming out good.
What's up?
I said these ears are coming out good.
Yeah, I think the ears are like the best part so far.
You gotta hold on to those little victories. That
Yeah,
your brain is grabbing
the
it.
ears actually look good.
Sorry, your processors.
I mean, they're basically, yeah. Okay, now for the body. Gotta be hard. So, kind of like neck stuff. So the neck kind of comes out like that, then it has a little bit of that. Kind of.
Okay, it's in my fucking input map in my project settings. I found it. Found a list of all of my inputs.
This is kind of it, I guess. I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna just do it a little bit. So it's like that. Then it's more like a kind of like a rounded right angle at the shoulder. Like does kind of like puff up just a smidge? Question mark. And then goes. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for swinging by. I appreciate any well wishes because I am not an artiste the same way that others may be, as in I don't really draw that often.
I did it.
I'm definitely more of a writer than I am a drawer.
Are you a drawer?
Yeah, a drawer. Drawer, yeah. Okay, I'm fucking up the shoulder so hard, man. Okay.
It's all good.
I'm channeling the twink energy right now. Well, what I mean to say is like I don't draw often. That's why I said I'm not the artist the same way other people are. I'm not saying that I'm not an artist. I'm a writer most of the time. Like that's what I usually do. I write most of the time, right? Like I'm actively trying to write a book right now, but I also think it's a good idea to try to keep the mind fresh with different projects. Or like acquiring different skills, you know. And in my case, I definitely think to like a certain extent, I am kind of like a jack of all trades. Like I am average at a lot of things, but I'm not really like super good at one thing, except for maybe creating stories, like as a whole. To toot my own horn, of course.
Okay. Sorry for going quiet for a second.
No, that's all good.
I
I also went quiet. Like one big thing is like I try not to like compare myself too much to like my friends. Because like let's be real here, Orion. We are surrounded by a lot of really good artists.
Yeah, dude, that's definitely like I have managed to avoid the comparing myself to my friends. I have not managed to avoid comparing my work to random people on Twitter. Like every now and then I see a pixel artist on Twitter and I'm like, fuck! Like, are you kidding me? But I bet they don't fucking write as well as I do.
Yeah, we both write pretty well. I could crank out stories though.
Speaking of cranking, not really.
My peanuts?
Hades got some redeems.
Oh, I got redeems. Hang on, what redeems did I get?
Stretch, drink, and no cursing.
Okay.
Right as I yelled fuck.
I am gonna set a timer. I'm gonna get up. I need to get water. So be funny. Be funny for like the next like minute.
Yeah, no problem. As is always the case when I'm on my friends' streams, I do the redeems that they do. So I will also try and not cuss. And if I do cuss, you guys can scream, "Orion is a cusser," over and over again and humiliate me in chat. Yeah, the huge backgrounds and scenes, it's like, did you guys just go through piece by piece? And the answer is no. There is a process to doing that stuff. Like, I did a little parallax scrolling forest background, and when I looked at some other ones for reference, I was like, oh, this is how they did it. And I threw it together in like 5 minutes. And don't get me wrong, it's not detailed, it's not great, but I could just add more detail over time. You know what I mean? Like that. So you just do it in layers. It's like everything else.
Water.
All right, I have stretched. I have watered. I'm gonna go put moisturize me. I'm gonna go put away this caffeine. I'll be right back.
Now it's my turn to be entertained. How you doing, chat? Pixel is beyond my skill set. I can do something I need to, but it's not my preference. Yeah, I mean, I'm very similar. Like, for instance, this is not my wheelhouse, right? Like I've been saying, my primary skill set probably lies within my ability to create stories. And it just happens to manifest, the most via writing. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't really have any other skill set, I guess. I think the tip of my pen is like wearing down a bit. Like it's like there's definitely like a noticeable flat edge on the tip of the pen from where I usually draw. Like, it's not bad, but it's like, hang on, what do I need? I don't. I have some in the back of my pen. I just don't remember how to get it out. Hang on, I'm gonna do a thing real quick. Let me turn this off. Then pop out chat. That way I can see you guys much easier as I do my tomfoolery. There we go. That way I can also see the reference picture much easier, because currently I was not really looking at it the best, I think, with how my previous setup was.
I think it would be funny if you accidentally cuss during the no cussing redeem, you have to reset the timer and put a counter on stream.
I do for 5 minutes.
Yeah, so if you like if you accidentally cuss, you reset it to 5 minutes, or you add 5 minutes maybe. Like
maybe.
Just make it an actual challenge with consequences. Yeah. I would bet that there is a super fast and easy plugin for making a timer appear on screen and count. Like,
probably.
That's got to be like the easiest thing, because like speedrunners, right? Like,
yeah, I usually just do it on my phone.
Say ribbit after every sentence. Pecco.
Meantime, Mora has the Nya redeem. How do the dick area?
Don't.
As in, like, I don't know how legs go together.
Yeah, I literally, it just comes down to doing your basic shapes. You just identify how one leg looks, and you draw it, and eventually it like reaches the other leg and ends, and you don't have to draw it anymore. Like, just do it. Hello, Second Vendetta.
I'm suffering.
Which is to say, Basco is drawing.
Why is that
and I am coding a game. Take 2 hot dogs and stick them together. Yeah. Look at the ham hocks on little hands.
Listen, little hands having a big butt is me making a joke about raccoons tending to be like they appear really
they're
bottom
round.
heavy. Yeah, they're really round, and they usually appear to be really bottom heavy. Because they have like really powerful legs.
If, by the way, this is something I learned for pixel art. I would not be surprised to learn that you would do this in normal art as well. For the torso, just kind of block out the general shape of the torso, which is to say, like, draw the general shape of the torso, and then instead of fully committed to the arms, you draw kind of like circles where the shoulders are. Also, the neck is shorter than you think it is, generally speaking. And yeah, so I will try and deliver some pixel art to you at some point, Frog. We could probably hang out while I do that, actually. That sounds fun.
Honestly, the
Frog says, let me show you one sec.
I wonder if
it does
like,
sort of look like
into
you're
my
drawing.
room.
It does sort of look like you're drawing a stick figure that is like holding money bags.
Nah, I'm just trying to block it out right now, I guess.
No, yeah. The torso is generally kind of a squared oval sort of deal. It just gets smaller as it goes down.
This part feels like it's too far out. It's suffering.
When Frog said, "Let me show you one second," I wonder if are they coming to your room?
I'm wondering if they're coming to my room right now.
That we might have a special guest.
I can feel Goblin walking in my I can feel the vibrations of Goblin walking.
Hmm. Wonder how I would make. Oh, Frog posted in VCTC. Check it out.
I look, I perceive. Oh, okay. Let me try to do that actually compared to what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, get some practice. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. So it's like
Okay. Do you mind if I talk code for 1 second?
Go for it. I'm just
All right.
struggling. I'm struggling with shape.
One of my least favorite things about video games is tutorials because everyone does them wrong. I want my tutorial to pop up as you play and not impede your progress. So I think that would just be a UI element. It would just appear with a vignette and text. And I think the way I would do that is I make an area shape 2D node and I put that node down and it's just like real tall, so you have to run through it, and then add a collider to it, set the collider to is trigger instead of a collision box. Then I could set the communication is triggered from the collider into the box to do the text pop-up. Okay, bam. Now I just need to figure out how to do a text vignette. Okay. Area 2D. Collision shape 2D.
The weirdest part about drawing those, like, I drew like a whole ass body like on my first and second day, but I was like staring straight forward. Now that I'm trying to draw something that's like at an angle, my brain is just like, nah, this is not how drawing works. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it French angle. The hip pill. I think I'm good. I do appreciate the offer. So I think the way the thighs would work out would be one's like starts here. Then the other one will be kind of clipped into the other one. Because like one leg is ahead of the other one. And even though it's like I'm gonna stand and talk so I can like motion. So like,
oh yeah,
the bent leg, like the one with all the weight on it, is facing the viewer, meaning that the back leg, the one that's going straight out, is behind the first thigh. Meaning that for like this shape theory, I need to draw the back leg, I guess the straight leg I should say, behind the first thigh in order to make it look like looking correct, even though like the shoulders are facing the viewer because of Little Hands' position. Like he's in like a fencing position, so his shoulders are facing the viewer, his head is facing away, legs are facing away, and I guess technically his hips are kind of as well. But like the shoulders are facing.
Can you post the picture in VCTC?
Yes.
That you're using.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
That's what we're working with right now.
Yeah, so this is really standard practice for poses. Having the back leg facing the audience while the front leg faces the target. Frog is asking if they can draw on that picture.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
They're probably gonna draw the body shapes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So,
but like, you see what I mean? Like the shoulders are facing the audience. The hips are kind of facing the audience.
One shoulder facing forward though too, because shoulders don't move too much. You're gonna have your chest kind of out. You know, you're gonna kind of hero pose it every time. Like right now, Little Hands is full chest and shoulders are facing the audience, but the arms can move independent of the shoulders. So.
Yeah.
Demeter Lupin says, thick thighs are the funnest to draw.
That's true. Little Hands does have a big dumpy. It's canon.
Bottom heavy.
Bottom heavy fairy.
instead of fat bottom girls, it's bottom heavy boys.
Bottom heavy boys.
Yeah, if you break things down into simple shapes like that, it makes it a lot easier. Because a lot of the detail comes from later.
Okay. You know, Frog kind of nailed it. I think. Let me try to do what they did. The head's at a slightly different angle from the reference picture, but it's fine. Neck. No. Back it up immediately.
That was not it first.
Yeah. Listen, I like.
Demeter, you're wrong. Like factually. Too much thick lady on the internet, you're incorrect.
Okay. The shoulder kind of ends at the chin. So it'd be more like this, I think. You get like the right angle. That's the hardest part. Don't want to go too shallow, but I don't want to go too deep either.
Yeah, it's some thick lady, but like the majority of art is still like what's the term? The like boring version of attractive.
Heteronormative?
Well, yeah, basically, but like, yeah. Like, hey, there's a reason the AI art never makes thick girls. I'll tell you that much. Like, so you need to weigh the scales more. Clearly, what we need is more thick, conventionally attractive. That's what I'm looking for. Man, eight melodies from Earthbound just came on my video game list. I'm having flashbacks to doing those streams with White.
Do them again.
So good. Yeah, we're the Lex Temporis and I are in fact going to be once they're done with, I believe, they're doing like a bi-weekly stream with Neon.
I hate feet.
Yeah, feet are also annoying in pixel art, so solidarity. But yeah, once Lex Temporis is done with their current game that they're streaming with Neon, we'll be streaming, I believe, Chrono Trigger.
Oh, cool.
I cannot wait. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
You like something? Please.
sorry, I was
fucking sandbagged me, man.
I like things.
Sandbagged
I like good
me.
things. Look, you don't understand. Okay, let me answer this DM first because I can't talk and type at the same time without saying or doing something stupid.
Nah, I'm saying oh my god because I'm just having a hard time. It's just a bummer because like my like I said, like the drawing I did the first 2 days, well 3 days more accurately, is actually pretty fucking good, I think, for like someone of my skill level. But now I'm trying to do something at an angle, so it's Jover. It's Jover. It's so Jover.
That's literally how it's always going to be. You're going to be like, okay, cool, I've got this thing. And then you get to the next thing and you're like, I don't know how to do this one. And your confidence is gone. But like, that's just learning, man.
Yeah, like, I guess I'm just more used to being like immediately good. Well, I'm not going to say immediately good, I just have been writing like my entire fucking life, you know?
Yeah. Frog says, pinch the rectangle on the bottom. A little rhombusy. Rhombusy.
Rumbussy.
Rhombusy.
I did it just a smidge. Just a smidge. Like, I agreed. When I zoomed out, I was like, this is too broad, too square. So, like, I did try to pinch it just a little bit and kind of hit, like, a little bit of, like, a puff out on the triangle for the hips. And now...
Second Vendetta... Go ahead.
No, you go.
Second Vendetta says, I only learned of Chrono Trigger because I played Chrono Cross first and then had to go back. Boy, howdy, were you ready for it to get so much better when you went to the Super Nintendo? Like, were you ready to just be like, oh man, this snack kind of sucks. I wonder what came before, and it's a 3-course gourmet meal? It's like if you watched a Matrix Reloaded first and then went back and watched The Matrix.
And then it's like watching the Animatrix.
I watched that as it came out on Adult Swim, and I was like, this sucks. And then I went back later because I was like, maybe I didn't get it. And like, it's all right. It's got some good bits, but
listen, I'm just saying, like I think it's called the Second Renaissance. Slapped.
I think that's the one I liked.
It's the origin of the machines.
Yeah, that's the one that I liked. Can't recall any of the Matrix movies after the original. I never saw the fourth one, and I really wanted to, but it was like quarantine or whatever.
It's not that good from what I've heard.
I've heard that diehard Matrix fans really like it. I've heard that guys who made the Matrix their whole personality and never picked up on the subtext really didn't like it. And that alone makes me want to go see it. Like, how weird is this fucking movie?
Shit. I feel like I need goals of a bit more. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. The second Matrix movie is pretty good. It's mostly a good action flick with some really cool set-piece fight scenes, and Neo is already a badass, so it's like watching an old martial arts movie where the hero starts off really strong. The third Matrix movie is a whole lot of talking. Like a lot. Like way too much talking. So...
One kind of
says you're doing good.
Am I? Listen, I'm self-conscious.
Hey, Vendetta, I also like bad snacks. Like
Here. I'm taking the Z off my keyboard.
Yeah. I tell that when I used to watch Timora draw a lot, every now and then they would be like, man, fuck, I just am not liking this, and then erase like extremely good foundations, and I'd be like, no, like, what are you doing?
I took off the Z from my keyboard. Little as you know, the Z is part of my quick buttons.
Yeah.
I'm just like, again, it's hard, right? Because like, one, I'm used to being good at writing, right? Like I'm used to being able to make something and I'm like, this slaps. To toot my own horn. Screen cap your picture, send it to me. Oh, okay. I think Frog is going to do stuff for me. Let's see. Let's see.
Frog just draws a fat butt and nothing else.
Yeah, just a fat, just puts a peach emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. Earlier I was going to make the joke when you said you like things, that look, it's not my fault that I grew up on good things and then everything else sucked. It's not my fault that I had my tastes in video games solidified by Mario World, Super Metroid, Link to the Past, Chrono Trigger, and like Earthbound. And so every game that came afterwards and tried to do those things badly was worse. That's not my fault. Like, it's not my fault that I went from Final Fantasy 9 to Final Fantasy 14.
I'll kill you. Final Fantasy 14's good.
Final Fantasy 14's bad, and I will die on this hill. If you want me to be entertaining while you draw, I will just dump hot takes all over the stream. Do or do not, there is no try. Simply draw. If it's bad, draw again later.
Honestly, I should have learned to draw during that one period where Twitch allowed nudity.
Yeah, you just pop up drawing some Hodon Bonkaros or whatever the fuck.
My canvas isn't that small. I literally just sent a screen capture of.
What's your canvas size?
It's 1,000.
Oh, yeah,
it's like 16 by 2,000.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, 16 by 2,000 pixels. Yeah.
You should be drawing in 8K, no excuses.
Yeah, am I a real artist? Am I even a real artist when I'm not drawing in 8K? Starting. Oh, there you go. There you go. I'm decently happy with that, actually.
Yep. Move on. Next one. Go thighs.
There you go. The appropriate, lore accurate proportions.
Screen went black?
My screen went black?
Oh
shit.
Stream.
My bad. Listen, it's the first time I'm trying this. It's we're doing scuffed shit. Yesterday was fucking VR. Today's drawing. It's the year
I really
scuffed.
gotta stream some VR, dude. I got the whole setup. I got this little program that lets me pop the chat out.
Same.
Like, I gotta do it. I should set up some noise redeems so that I can play Into the Radius, and you can donate like 100 bits to make a noise like a monster sneaking up on me.
This isn't that bad, even though the thighs are kind of going Raymond right now.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You can scoot that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is gonna sound weird, but I promise I mean it. Right now, your canvas looks like you know what you're doing.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I'll take
looking
it.
at the just the fact that you're like blocking out your shapes like this is how I see artists work. You know what I mean? So definitely keep doing this. Keep practicing this method. I think for now at least. Don't do the thing I do, where you immediately try 10 different styles that are all different and have different like ways of starting and finishing, and then you open your pixel art program to start a new character, and you're like, I don't know how to draw.
I think a big lesson in anatomy I've learned is that, like, if I'm doing proportions right, like, the thigh is about, like, this, like, it's like a head and a half your head length, basically. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, thighs are huge. Legs are huge.
That's the thing. Your like fucking leg to body to head ratio is insane. And anime tends to make your head like anime styles and honestly, I'd say like most cartoon styles in general make the head a lot bigger so that you can have a more expressive face. So that you're not acting to the cheap seats.
Yeah.
Draw your head's huge. Yeah, like compared to a real person, yeah, but compared to some styles I've seen out there, pretty much average. Alright, let's see how I would... I forgot how to turn this bad boy into a fucking trigger. I forgot how to turn this collider into a trigger.
So we considered making a trigger.
Is it in the node? It might be... Okay, I think it's in the node. Oh wait, I can just look at the slime. Player detection.
The slurm.
The slurm. That's really funny. Okay, disabled is on. No, disabled is off.
I'll take it. I'll take it. You think so? You think this is coming out good? Also, like, I will also admit it maybe wasn't the best choice choosing a LB drawing, because LB does draw things very detailed. Like hair, for instance, is very detailed.
I have seen so many fucking artists do the hand thing you just did. It's so funny. Like seasoned artists who just erase the hands and right hand or something, or like have a box. Okay, I will be right back. Our
Sure.
buddy Selfin is home.
That's a feet shape, I think. This isn't that bad. I mean, there's like, of course there are things I can work on. Like, I feel like the legs are short, which hang on, I can just fucking edit that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the legs look good. The legs look good. I'll revert the legs then. I'll invert the legs. Calf is the same length as. Is it? I feel like the thigh is just generally short. It's like I said, like the head tends to be like, the thigh tends to be like the same length, if not like a head and a half length as the head. So we'll see we'll see how it turns out. I'll do a completely separate layer for the tail. Yes, if you bend your leg, ankle should hit right where you're. Hang on. Yeah, you're fucking right. Okay. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
I just fucking did it. Then I'm doing tail stuff now.
Tweet, I'm doing tail stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing tail stuff right now.
I'm doing tail stuff. I'm gonna tweet that, no context. Everyone go tweet that right now.
I'm doing tail stuff right now.
Yeah, no context. I'm doing tail stuff.
You know, the tail's gonna look jank. And that's okay.
Yeah, it'll look better when you like fuzz out the edges and put colors on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking Little Hands' tail is straight up like the same length as their body, if not longer. Little Hands has a huge tail. Alright, now for the challenge of trying to smooth this shit out. BB! I'm gonna zoom out. I don't think zooming was the call, the good call. As tempting as it is, it wasn't the correct call, I think. On how legs connect. Let me peep this. Thigh in front, pelvis green. Thigh behind, pelvis. Okay. If anything, that's gonna help out with like how I put the lines. Even though it's gonna be covered by a skirt, I probably shouldn't put too much effort into it because it's gonna be covered by a skirt. Like, it's not something I need to be like super concerned about, I think, because again, gonna be taken up by a skirt. Okay. That's kind of a person shape. This is kind of a person shape, I think.
It's funny how you went from the stick figure to this.
Yeah, so by the way, this is oh, hang on. This is the original drawing. Yeah, this is the original. This is what this is the concept.
I can't believe you kept it. Oh man, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is the original.
How it started, how it's going.
How it started versus how it's going. Yeah. How it started versus how it's going. All right.
Yeah, you're doing it, homie.
Yeah, we doing it. We getting out of the dumpster with this one.
We're getting out of the Feywild with this one.
I don't think Little Hans actually has ever been to the Feywild.
No, I don't think so. He and his family were wild Fey.
Yeah. Hang on, I need to actually make this so I can actually see what I'm doing. I think. Kind of. Well, I'll fix it. It's fine. If it's all sketchy and rough, it's fine. Things don't need to be Picasso. Well, Picasso's not a great example. Doesn't need to be perfect. Especially when I'm sketching out the body. So, Little Hans is a D&D character that I played briefly in a game the Orion Strider was running. Little Hans is a wild fae thief. Specifically, the race was a fairy. And they are... yeah, like I said, they're a thief. And they stole a lot of little hands right now for Little Hands. They stole a lot of cheese knives. That was like the reverse calling card, is that they had a tendency to take cheese knives.
Well, they stole a lot, period.
Yeah.
And the cheese knives was their like thing that they kept.
Yeah. It's a little trinkets.
But yeah, Little Hands was caught having stolen a lot from nobles and merchants after the land that their home was on was repeatedly encroached by the Empire. And so they were basically made into an indentured servant.
It's not basically, they were made into it. They were put in a bird cage.
Yeah, they like trying to. They were closer to a slave than an indentured servant, I think would be accurate. They were put in prison and forced to work, but their prison was mobile, and the work that they were forced to do was like what rogues do in OD&D, like go scout out in dungeons and disarm traps and stuff like that. Forced to put their life in danger so that the people who imprison them could profit by selling old artifacts and stuff. Because all of my games are inherently anti-imperialist.
Good.
And then they broke free during the party basically accidentally triggered some like old traps that woke up like an Umber Hulk in this dilapidated ruin. And in the in the escape, Little Hands took out their handler and made it out.
Relatively unharmed.
Basically unharmed.
I'm going to go do some maintenance. I'll
Okay.
be back in a second. Be
Alright,
be funny for me.
Yeah, no problem, man. So did you guys hear about the guy who Bosco, hurry back! Help! Or I could just talk about more video game hot takes. For example, I think Persona 3 is kinda bad. And now we just wait for the clicks. Look, I don't think it did the things it set out to do very well, and I haven't played the remake because why would I buy your game when I didn't like it the first time? Granted, I only disliked Persona 3. I did not hate it like Persona 5. I could not fucking stand that game. You probably don't need to. Yeah, P4 is my favorite, and I think a lot of people dislike how kind of cheesy and weird that game is. But from a sheer perspective of playing the video game, I had to drag myself through Persona 3 to beat it. P4 was a joy to beat. Like, the only thing that makes P4 replays kind of annoying is the very long intro. But I play Kingdom Hearts 2 sometimes, so I'm used to that. Yeah, I played... I was mad at P5 before it came out, to be fair. Because I saw some, cutscenes and some leak to this and that, and I was like, oh, it's edgy and lame. And I don't like any of the characters. And then I started playing through it, and I was like, I really don't like any of the characters. Like, P5 had just everyone was like raw unlikability. And you always hear the thing like, oh, they get better, and it's like, hey, I like flawed characters as much as the next guy. Your character flaws should not all be is fucking annoying to be around, or I'm gonna be annoyed to be around them. I'm sure they do get better, and I don't like them. So I only played like 3 or 4 hours of Persona 5, and if your game can't hook me in that time, I'm sorry, you fucked up. You made a bad game. The fanboy who runs your fan site, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a like, oh, you're not as bad as the rest. Persona 4, meanwhile, there's like the intro is long and like a little frustrating here and there, but at least it fucking hooks you, and your character immediately starts making friends. Like, it's just like, it's just better. It's just better, man. Also, what's up with P5's extremely weird, like, mind control is less evil than just killing them. And then, like, refuses to kill the worst scum on the planet. Like some real dirtbags. And it's like, no, it'd be wrong to kill. It's like, okay, explain. Why do you think that? And, like, the one character who says it is just like, we'd be as bad as they were. No, you fucking wouldn't. You didn't do all the things that they did. What do you mean? Like... fucking the animeification of like video games as a whole has been overtly negative on them, I think. Happened to Fire Emblem, happened to Persona. Like, it's just kind of worse. The more anime a game gets, the worse it is, in my opinion. This is coming from a guy who played so many JRPGs. Like, especially... I don't think Timora is around anymore, but if they were, man, the fucking... We had, like... There was a couple years where I had a lot of income, and we just bought any game that looked cute. And so we fell over and over again for, like, NIS and, like, the Hyperdimension Neptunia, like, all the companies that they turned into anime girls in those games, including Hyperdimension Neptunia. We would buy those games so much, like Metalia, you know, Witch in the 100 Night, like all the, just so many games. And they're all so bad. There are so many bad JRPGs out there where all the characters stand around talking about their one personality trait, and they just like state them flatly so that you know which one you can turn into your next waifu. Like, it's so rough, man. Just a random awful dude. Yeah, I like Adachi a lot, actually, because first off, his like reason for being bad is extremely relatable. If you think for 2 seconds about the kind of person that would become a cop.
I'm
like,
back.
Hey, welcome back. And on a replay, every single scene featuring Adachi is immediately made more tense and sinister because they actually planned for him. They planned that twist. You can tell. Like, it gets set up and you see the slow, like, unveiling. It's really great. I don't like the part where it turns out that the super secret actual bad guy is like a god that died. That part was dumb. That part was bad. They should get rid of that. But yeah, I also like the throw off with the copycat killer. Like, that one's pretty good because he just shows up and clobbers some guy, and so everyone's immediately like, this is different. Like, it's like he does the thing where he like hangs them upside down, but instead of them suffering like a soul death with no obvious injuries, he just like beats his head in with a tire iron, so everyone's like, this murderer doesn't look like the rest of them. Like, it's really good.
One of these is not like the other.
What
are we talking
weird
about?
incel. Talking about P4.
Oh,
Persona.
Persona 4, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the Persona games in general, because I was like, well, Basco's gone. I'll entertain you with my video game hot takes. I don't like Persona 3 that much.
Persona 3 is a bit rough.
It's pretty rough. Persona 3 gets rougher as it goes on, which is unique, I think.
Persona
like,
3 is rough in the fact that, like, you have to follow a schedule if you want the good ending. Like, with no variation. If you start drifting, you will not get the good ending.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't remember the schedule being particularly hard, but I do remember starting the game, playing a couple sessions with my friend Jason, who like bought it for me, and we were like, dude, this is so cool. This is like weird, and it's mysterious, and the style is good, and the combat's fun, and you can choose all your different weapons and this and that. And then I remember the first couple play sessions, and you know, the college dorm and Junpei and just everything, and then I don't remember a fucking thing until the ending, because Jason kept coming over and being like, let's play more, and I'd be like, okay, I guess. And we just grinded and farmed and fucking fought optional content, and the plot just goes way off the, like, there's Jesus with a gun, like, it's so weird, and there's a guy who Persona 3's plot is insane and made no sense to me when I was granted 18. Like, it went from this like mystery and like interpersonal drama and kind of a thriller to just being this weird like psychedelic experience, and I don't need more Big Lebowski's in my life. I'm sorry. Like, it was a good movie, don't try and do that. because it just gets super weird and out there, and then a fucking future robot shows up, and it just goes completely
I like
off the rails. Igus is cool and should not be in that game. Like, she is actually pretty fucking cool and does not belong in that game at all. Like,
I never said that she belonged in the game. I just think she's cool.
Yeah, no, she's super cool. I like her personality, I like her appearance, I like her skill set. Like, everything about Igus is cool. She should be the protagonist or sidekick of a different game where a fucking future robot doesn't completely break your suspension of disbelief. Like, that game goes so off the rails. It's supposed to be like 2004 or something in that game, and a fucking robot android shows up. Like, what are you talking about? It's just like extremely strange, especially set against how like the rest of the game is very like spiritual and almost naturalistic. Like, everything about Persona 3 was just a confusing, muddled mess, and then one of us got shot with a gun by a guy who thought he was Jesus, and then we fought a bunch of big monsters, and then my protagonist fell asleep, and that was the game. Also, hello, Fotia. Fosha?
Fosha.
Video game junk food like Fallout 4. Fallout 4 I wish was better, but is a very good like action shooter. You know what I mean? Like,
bad RPG, good shooter. Yeah,
exactly. If you went more into the shooter or RPG, I feel like you'd end up with Destiny.
That is a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who you ask, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Destiny's lore, but like Bungie as of late just kind of keeps dropping the ball on the story, and I'm just kind of, not to mention like them fucking up like content and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with Destiny.
It's rough, man, because the writers on the staff probably did not ask for their video game to be turned into an episodic live service. Like, the writers probably didn't want to have to plan all of their lore and story and reveals and characters around getting new content out every 6 months and making it bite-sized enough that someone who pays $15 can see the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's a very bad way to deliver a story, it turns out, if you're not writing fucking Sherlock Holmes. That's why episodic is good when it's not a single congruent plot. And you instead focus it on episodes, but Destiny wasn't that. It was a grand plot.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, it's like fully publisher issues.
The story of Destiny is like almost like it's a space opera, right? It's like very similar to Halo in the fact that it's a space opera with guns. That being said, you don't watch an opera in episodes.
Yeah.
Cheese knife. That looks like actually a decent cheese knife. That's not that bad.
It's a fucking knife.
I'll fucking take it. I'll take the fucking cheese knife. I'll take victories when I get them. And in this case, it's a fucking cheese knife. What's your favorite cheese?
It depends on what I'm putting it on. I don't eat cheese on its own, really.
I still go back to play Warframe, but at least it's that. So Warframe is not episodic though. Like Warframe, I think it has a season pass, but it's more just to like get shit rather than getting story. Like as far as I'm aware with Warframe and how I've played it, it's like they have season passes and they do story updates, but the story is just for everyone to play. So not only like you're not locked behind a paywall when it comes to like the story of Warframe, even if the story of Warframe is genuinely insane. I'm redeeming water myself. I'm thirsty. How long have we been going for?
2 hours and 4 minutes and 30
damn.
seconds.
Triple cream brie is my favorite cheese. Slap it on some good rye bread. Hell yeah. I like soft cheese. It's like brie is like soft cheese. I like, if I want to get bougie with it, I definitely try to. I will pay extra money for a good camembert. But if I'm like going for like a charcuterie board, I want like some like a whole punch of flavor, especially if it's like a sweet charcuterie board, so like fruits and honey and stuff. A good blue cheese slaps pretty hard.
My taste in cheese is very basic because it's all about how it like brings out the flavor of the other thing. And I just don't experiment much because so much cheese is like expensive, and if I don't use it, what's the point, right?
Yeah.
So like if I got to go get some free cheese samples, I'd be able to expand my palate a bit. But for most sandwiches, burgers, etc., I find that like sharp cheddar, double cheddar, and fucking Swiss are just like go-tos. Like they're just always good.
If we're talking like a burger, American.
I don't like American cheese typically. Even though it gets all like gooey and stretchy and stuff, it's like just cook your cheddar a little longer.
Well, the thing is like if you cook the cheddar too long, it breaks and gets all oily.
Yeah, but I like a nice greasy burger.
I mean, fair enough, I guess. That's just personal taste.
Also, like mushroom and Swiss burgers, like get some baby bellas sliced up on that burger with some Swiss, and oof, good. All right, let me talk more about how I hate the things that everyone else loves.
That's actually a decent hand. I'll take it.
It's a little hand.
It's a little hand for little hands. Then again, it is just grabbing. It's just holding something. I think the duelist hand is gonna be a fucking nightmare to draw. So like, let's get fucking to it.
Fingers are fingers. They're hard regardless. Man.
I want to make some popcorn. I got my popcorn machine. I want to make like a special seasoning. Cause I got stuff. I got like the pre-grated Parmesan, which is like whatever. I got it 'cause it's cheap. But also like, if you mix that with like powder, like different powders, it can be a really good vessel to get seasoning on like fries or like popcorn.
Yeah, I probably very basic take here, a very lukewarm take, but I do not like cheese on popcorn.
That is a personal preference thing.
Yeah, I had a friend who worked at a movie theater, and this friend was rich, so he sucked and didn't know how to share. So he worked at a movie theater and would get like in to see movies whenever he wanted for free, and could bring a +1. So he would bring me, and we would go watch movies and make fun of them, and he would always get a large popcorn for us to share, and then coat that shit in white cheddar powder, just like the white cheddar seasoning that they have at the thing. So I couldn't enjoy any of the popcorn. I tried multiple times to get used to it, and I just couldn't. He would get himself a large drink and get me nothing, even though he got a fucking 50% off discount, baby. So he would just like, I would just sit there and be like thirsty and want snack, because I was poor as fuck as a kid.
I mean, who wasn't?
and then when he had scarfed down like a large human-shaped hamster 75% of the popcorn, it got down to the part where there was only butter and little to no cheese dust, and I would have the rest.
Gross.
It's just like, oh god, and he ate like a nightmare. Oh, you would hate him, Bosco, because you hate like eating noises and stuff.
Yeah.
He would reach in and full bear paw, just full with all 5 fingers and the whole palm, grab popcorn and then bite into it like an apple in his hand, and like just like crumbs and bits would fall everywhere. Like I can't believe I lived near this person and did not kill them. Like,
I mean, if you're disturbed by the eating sound, then I would probably actually die.
Would like breathe while he's biting into it too.
That's
where he's just like, oh, like fucking like...
my brosco. I would wake up at like 3 in the morning and hear him eat cereal.
Oh.
So like imagine him like, hang on, I'm getting a dish. I need to actually have a dish.
No, this is gonna be a terrible audio experience. What are you doing?
So imagine you're just hanging out, you wake up and you hear this.
No! Stop it. I didn't sign up for this.
Like, he fucking breathed so fucking hard while eating cereal. I'm like, I get it. Because, like, you gotta breathe, but, like, at the same time, my mans. You're not running a marathon, you're eating cereal.
Yeah, I've got 2 older brothers, and to explain my relationship with them, the second to last time I saw one of my older brothers, I beat the shit out of him.
Oh shit.
Like we fully threw down, like an extended, like a They Live length fight scene. It went through multiple rooms of the farmhouse we were living in, and even they chew with their fucking mouths closed because our parents taught us to. Like,
oh, the thing is, like, my brother ate with his mouth closed, but he may as well have it. Like, he may as well just didn't,
It's just like, man, the last place I was living at, bro, my roommates couldn't chew with their mouths closed, but also they were very sensitive, so I did not want to like blow up at them about it. But it's a weird short fuse for me. It's like oh man, it's rough. It's fucking rough.
Yeah, it's not great. Like, it's one of my biggest fears is like eating loudly. Like, I like purposely like try not to eat popcorn and stuff around people because of that.
Dude, I don't eat apples around people because of that, because I go fucking ham on an apple and it's loud.
Oddly enough, apples are like the only one that like doesn't trigger that in my brain. Just like I hear like an apple being crunched and I'm like, nice. You enjoy that Granny Smith. I don't know. I don't know apples off the top of my head.
Yeah. Here's a nice thing. Here's a nice thing I can say about the Taimura Tora. Doesn't eat loudly.
This hand is a hand of all time.
I mean, it is a hand.
This is a hand. I'll hopefully fix it.
Here's the thing. That hand needs to be a little bigger because it's closer to the audience, but not by much. But the arm is going to look weird because you can see less of it until you shade it. And then when you shade it, it will suddenly look exactly correct. Like, so if you end up not shading it, you might just do a different pose.
I'm tempted just to redo.
Maybe the fact that I hate mouth sounds so much is why I don't like Smooth McGroove.
Who?
Smooth McGroove. He's like a YouTube mainstay, like old school. He does a cappella covers of video game music.
Nope. Don't recognize it.
He is extraordinarily talented and a very good singer, and I cannot fucking stand his music. And I think it's because I don't like mouth sounds. So when I hear a bunch of like voices singing together in like little poppy, like kind of, you know, video game chip tunes and shit, my brain is like, this is annoying. It's like when you hear someone burp, it's like, dog, cover your fucking mouth.
Yeah. I try to give people grace. I'm like, okay, maybe I just snuck up on them because like sometimes it just does, you know. But at the same time, like when I try not to burp that much.
Yeah. Hey, VR chat's been kind of fun.
It's hard. It's hard.
It is really rough, especially when you're wearing headphones, to walk into a room and people who just don't have the time to click a single button and mute themselves, full-throatedly, like burping and coughing and clearing their throat into the microphone. So I just walk around and mute people a lot. I almost got in trouble for it, actually.
Why?
A few days ago. So I went to a hangout spot, and someone walked by blasting shitty tin can music into their bad microphone. And I just muted them and continued talking to the people I was talking to. Because I'd made like 3 or 4 friends, and was like talking with them, and just like turned, pointed at them, muted them, because you know, you gotta like point at them to select them. And then one of my friends was like, who's trying to vote kick Steam name that is my Steam name? And that person ran over and started frantically pointing at me. And it turns out that muting someone, like pressing the mute button on them, can lower their trust level if too many people mute them, because it means that they're spamming or whatever. So they were like, hey, please, instead of muting them, maybe just turn their volume down. And I was like, I didn't know who this person was, and they just came in playing music over their microphone, so it sounded like shit. Don't do that if you don't want people to mute you. And they got all fucking salty about it, because they were like, it could mess with my trust level. And I just went, I don't trust anyone that plays music into their microphone. Like,
yeah,
like, hey,
honestly,
don't be a dipshit.
Yeah, like,
don't ruin my experience.
Like, hey man, if you don't want that to happen, maybe don't blast music into your microphone.
Yeah, it was very, very weird.
It's like this. It's like people who do that probably like also blasted music in the hallway when they're walking around school.
I used to. Okay, don't do this, kids at home. I used to be a shitty, violent, angry person, especially when I was in high school, and did in fact have someone blasting music. Now, they weren't supposed to. If any of us were caught playing music or whatever was confiscated, like they would literally like steal a radio from you and just keep it, because they're allowed to steal. This one person was like, they were walking down, and they had a, what the fuck would I even call it? Like a hand radio, essentially, like a boombox, but the size of a cell phone, and were blasting music out of it. And it was a song I liked, and I still went up and fucking shoulder checked them into a locker and said, turn that shit off, because it's like a tin can. Like, you might as well have been playing music out of a yak back. It's just giving everyone a headache. Like, what are you doing? When people watch like videos on their phones with no headphones in the break room, the only reason I don't immediately start picking fights with people at work for doing that is because maybe that's the one thing that brings them joy in this miserable life.
There we go. I overdrew the hand a little bit, and I just shrunk it down just a smidge. That's a person shape, at least. I'll take a person shape. And now for clothes, baby. Hopefully the legs will look a little bit better with like the clothes on. 'Cause I'm looking at it, I'm like, it just looks weird. But
Well, and one of your legs looks good and the other one doesn't. So like make the other one look like the one that looks good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, this one's a little fucked up.
The knee is gonna be kind of bigger, and so is the parts of the leg that go to and come from it. So it's going to just be more solid in the center. Lex had the same rant about assholes on the bus and train who play their music no headphones. I have started fights on public transport when people were being shitty. Like I started multiple fights when I used to have to take the bus, and now I just walk and bike everywhere. But like, yeah, every time you threaten to beat the shit out of someone, you risk getting in trouble. But you do make the world a better place because they'll never do that again.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a joke. But yeah, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, do you really want me to hear whatever embarrassing shit you're listening to? Like, no one should have to listen to Migos, let alone be forced to unwillingly on the bus. Like, what are you doing?
Kinda.
That's looking better already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing. I'm just like looking at like it looks like they're hip, like they're like a cake that's like sideways that I got shook around a little bit.
Yeah, it's because you're our left hip is melding up into the torso, as opposed to being its own shape that the torso moves into. You know what I mean? So like the line making up the stomach would cut inward a little and then jump out again as the thigh.
I know what you mean.
A lot of body shapes. I would hesitate to say most, but it might be. But a lot of body shapes don't contour into each other. They kind of fight. They go into one another. They don't like flow steadily. They sort of like jut out. Yeah, so like the stomach, don't turn it out. Keep it going in, like keep it slimming. Yeah, like that. Where the lines will kind of intersect. It's two intersecting lines instead of one shape, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. All right. I need to put in some job applications and finish cooking dinner. We were making spaghetti with meatballs.
Meatball. Okay. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
I appreciate your accompaniment during this trying time.
Yeah. I genuinely might become one of those streamers that only guests on other people's streams. But we'll see how things go.
Actually, yeah, I like how that always looks better. That always looks better. But yeah, I hope you have
that looks a lot better.
Good day. Like my cool friend, enjoy your meatball.
Yeah, peace out, everybody.
We need to watch a
Don't
gun emoji.
Yeah, we do. Goodbye, everybody. Don't start fights on public transport. I was just kidding.
I was just kidding. It was just a prank.
It was just a prank, bro. I say as I pummel someone's face into the back of a seat. All right, later, everyone.
Goodbye. What a cool dude. How's chat doing today? Oh god, I gotta draw clothes now. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Man, the arms are short. That's why it looks so janky. The arms are kind of short. Hang on. I can fix this now. I can fix the short arms. Oh shit. want to do too much. I may also increase the. Yeah, I'm gonna increase the length of the wrist just a little bit. Well, on top of that. I think. This one's fine. The forearm feels. No, I think this forearm's fine. Well, I hope things work out for you. I'm sorry that you're still at work. Hopefully work's not too difficult for you, but you know, sometimes life just be like that, you know what I mean? They don't say that's how it is, but it do. That's much better. Like, proportionally speaking, that is much better. It feels better. What book are you flipping through? Be difficult because someone else down the line made it. Oh. Yeah. Ah! Nope. Had a video open, apparently. Oh, okay. Are you gonna modify it a little bit, or is it gonna be just a little bit of tomfoolery? What character is it? Yarns? I have not heard of Yarnsprint, I think. I'm looking them up. Oh, this... I have never seen this character before. But I do not like how he looks. That's gonna be a no from me. Not gonna lie. I'm not a huge fan of spiders. That kind of works. Yeah, the juxtaposition is nice, but I just don't like spiders that much. I have like a treaty with spiders where like I don't fuck with them and they don't fuck with me. If they enter my personal bubble, it is hands free. You know, like I will not hold back. Actually, that's a good guide right there. Kinda. Maybe? I'm not sure. Like this. Ripples up here. I like bees. I like bees. Bees I can hang out with, you know? They're just chill little bumbly dudes. Wasps on the other hand, it's another thing where like I don't even try to fight wasps, I just fucking run. I book it. I'm not a fan of wasps. I don't want to get stung. Because wasps are dicks. Most wasps aren't though. No, most of them are shit heels. I forgot. I changed references and now I got to work. There we go. I was trying to sketch out the clothing ruffles right now. Gonna preempt it. There we go. Yeah. You know, this is starting to look like a Little Hands, I think. The line work's gonna be a pain in the ass, I think, to like get right, but like I think we're actually this isn't the worst. It could be worse. It could be way worse considering my skill level, you know what I mean? Honestly, this already kind of looks like the reference picture. Yeah, the cute raccoon. This raccoon is feral and will steal your cheese knives. In fact, your cheese knives are already taken. They're already yoinked. I mean, if you're not fancy enough to have a cheese knife, then you're not gonna be a victim of Little Hands in the first place. Little Hand really only targeted the people that were destroying the grove that he used to live in. There we go. Hell yeah! Okay! We're fucking getting there! Like, shit, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. I mean, it's not as good as the original. Thanks for coming, Frog. Like, it's not as good as the original, but I think this is definitely not bad. Not bad. It could be definitely could be a lot worse. Let's take a moment to erase some of the line work that we don't need, like this. Oh, I want that. There we go. A little bit of this, get rid of that. See, it's already looking way nicer now as being... It's definitely not like the final product. Yeah, this is definitely not the final product. There's just trying to get a little cleaned up, you know? To clean up this over here because this arm is fucking rough. It is rough. There we go. Oh, hang on. And, clean up the ears while clean enough. That's the wrong button. Hell yeah, okay. That's kind of a little hand. Kinda. Hell yeah. Alright, I mean, I'll fucking take it. I'll fucking take it. I think... What do you think, chat? Do you think we... Should I keep going? Should I keep going? Like, I'm debating if I want to try to do, like an ink line and try to, like, sharpen some of these deets on Little Hands. Or I'm debating if I want to do that or if I want to call it a night. I'm not sure. I am torn. Fair enough. I think we're gonna call it here then. At least for it's very rough, but it's not that bad, I think, considering my skill level. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a stream here. Let's find somebody to raid. Find someone to raid. So yeah, with that, I do hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I do know it was very different from what we usually do, but this is a year of me trying stuff, I suppose. I mean, for all we know, tomorrow's going to be a writing stream, or it's going to be something else like that. We shall see. We shall see. Or another drawing stream. Who knows? I'll definitely ask how like temperature checks in the Discord. But yeah, with that, I'm going to try to stream tomorrow, if not on Friday. And let's raid this person. Raid. Hopefully they aren't wrapping up stream, because that's happened to me before. So yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream. Make sure you get yourself some food, some water. Follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky, or join the Discord. And with that, I will see you all next time.